I don't know what kind of apology I can issue for last show, considering I had the giggles the entire time. It kind of got away from us the entire show. You know, like this show, it's kind of like a wild beast. And we've yet to actually tame it. You know, we admire it, and we love looking at it, but we've yet to actually jump on the bastard and take control of the imaginary reins. Something crazy happened today. Sarah is ill. Sickly Sarah. Formerly Sexy Sarah, but today she will be Sickly Sarah. And John Rapp has not shown up. So, this is what you're going to get. I hope I can be entertaining for you. Usually we like to keep this show pretty upbeat. But I'll be honest with you, I am feeling pretty sad right now. Because I'm all by myself, and none of my friends are here to entertain me, to help entertain you. So I appreciate you for listening to this. And I'm going to start the show. And I'm going to tell you a story that kind of relates to this. You are listening to the Chris Break Show podcast. Oh, God. I'm really glad you're listening right now, if you are. And I'd like to tell you a story. One time, I was in a band with John. And I'd say there were three of us. Started off 3 people. Then it went up to 4. And then it dwindled down to just me and John. Or John and I, to say it properly. And we had a show. And we weren't a very popular band. We had quite a god-awful sound, to be honest. And I was not the talented one in the band, although somehow I was the lead singer. And I played a little bit of accordion, just to kind of fill it in. And I only did the accordion on maybe 1 or 2 songs. I wasn't that good. You know, to say I wasn't that good is kind of an overstatement, to be honest with you. And we had this awesome show at this, in Speedway, at a place called High on the Hill. And the Black Republicans had actually invited us. I showed up, and believe it or not, there were like 100 people there. And it was the biggest show that we ever would have played, or had played. The only problem is, John did not show up. So I had to play the entire show myself. You know, I guess I could have walked away and not done the show, much as I could not be doing this show right now. And, you know, just waited and skipped a week. But, you know, this is what I'm supposed to do. That's why we're here, or that's why I'm here. And it was really a horrible show. I hope that this show is much better. But I played the accordion, and I can't really keep a beat, nor can I sing, nor do I know any songs. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've seen, what's that movie, Pick of Destiny, Tenacious D? But it's pretty much the equivalent of when Kyle's at the frat party, and he has to play, you know, the best song in the world, or I can't remember what song he's playing, but he's playing it by himself. And he's just doing, you know, the fill parts and, you know, his background vocals and backup vocals. And it was, it was pretty much just like that. Except there were a lot more people watching me, and I was less talented than Kyle Gass. And there was actually a moment where the audience was like clapping, you know, doing like that they do, you know, to clap along with the music or, you know, with the beat. And I have such a horrible problem, at that time anyway, keeping time, that I actually had to stop and ask the people to stop clapping because they were screwing me up so bad. In fact, I'm actually going to play that for you right now.
With a tick, when I talk.
So this is what happens really when you know, you got half your talent, you know, not showing up. You end up with a pretty rough experiment here. Normally there's a full band of some sort.
So what leaves won't take us there,
there's the
and
clapping.
it's safe where we'll be.
Lost it.
So you guys know I got horrible rhythm. I got my own beat here. All this hand clapping, this really fucks me up even more. I really appreciate it, but I got no rhythm at all, so this hand clapping. I do appreciate it though. Maybe you guys should be my drums. That's.
I want to take this opportunity to thank Dustin from Black Republicans for putting us on that show. That was pretty cool, that guy. Especially because I think they were really excited. They loved us and we loved them, and it was kind of a flop. I mean, we were always a flop. But you know what? This was probably the first time that everybody didn't walk out of the room when we started playing. I really wish John would have been there. Like, I wish he's here now, and I hope Sarah gets better. I don't know what's up with John, man. He just didn't show up. He's not answering his phone, and not that this is uncommon for him, but this whole podcast was actually his idea. And I hope he's okay. I'm sure he is. He's probably sleeping right now. But who knows? One upside, though, to the show is that we have the almighty Spit joining us in a little bit. Phone interview. This guy he's a friend of mine from a long time ago. And he actually is, I guess he's number one on the ReverbNation Hip Hop in Indianapolis, which I wasn't too familiar with that. I know what ReverbNation is, but I've never really been number one at anything. So I don't quite know how you get there. But this guy somehow, without really playing too many shows, ended up being the number one hip hop artist on ReverbNation. He's really proud of that, and he actually agreed to an all-access interview. Normally, you know, when I do these pre-interviews before the show, I like to talk to people and find out what they're comfortable with discussing and, you know, get some stories from them and figure out what exactly we're going to talk about so that it doesn't turn out like the way this show's turning out right now. And this son of a bitch told me that he will talk about anything. And by anything, I really do mean anything, because the stuff that this guy is going to say is the kind of stuff that you really don't talk about on a national podcast, or at least I wouldn't. You know, I guess Oprah would. If you go on Oprah, you would, but he's pretty, he's a pretty cool guy, and he's got some amazing stories, and the guy's really been through a lot, and I can't wait to interview him. I wish Sarah and John were here, but I think he's got so much to say, I'm sure we're going to have him on again. I'm going to go ahead and play one of his tracks right now so you can get a sample. I want to say that I'm not really into hip-hop. This isn't a hip-hop show. This isn't an anything show, as you can tell. But I'm just going to play it and see what happens here. This guy's a fucking beast, man. I rarely hear anybody flow like this, and when I do hear hip-hop, I listen to enough of it to know what good hip-hop is, and, you know, who can flow and who can't. And this guy was just fucking blew my mind, because I knew him when he was just starting out, and the level that this son of a bitch is on now, it just blows my mind. This is called March with the Devil by the almighty Spit.
Do you understand the point that I am making alone? You catch me slipping while I'm falling without nowhere to go. If I land on solid ground, then I'm about to take off the show. Till then, I'm a march with the devil while I'm throwing on the concrete, destined to blow. Snap it back and I'll smash your raps. I got the master e-race. Stick it to the rapture path, I'll be the last to blast. But in the aftermath of no hate, eliminate your backwards ass fucking disaster. Raps you like a whack as fuck, you too late. To get up on the master track, leaving a slasher path of bloodbath, steady aiming for your face, bitch. I'm the kind of guy that has that I don't give a fuck face. Looking for whatever the minute for the minute. Rattle rip it up, hey. Venomous and in the predicament I cry. The cinnamon, the witness, and love with the prime wine. Give a shout out to the people that love with the fine rhyme. But I'm living every day, motherfucker, this is my life. Do you understand the point that I am making alone? You catch me slipping while I'm falling without nowhere to go. If I land on solid ground, then I'm about to take off the show. Till then, I'm a march with the devil while I'm stepping on the concrete, destined to blow. Out the game and the flames are bursting. You were lame with the shame. sorry I forgot to warn you. You can try to run away, but you know you ain't escaping the pain that I bring when I crucify your soul. Eternally you burn in the flame. Try to run away from all the daggers in the back, but no, you ain't escaping the pain that I bring in the middle of the city called F. I know you motherfuckers would hate to see me march with the devil. Let's all kick it to the rhythm of the spinning. My someone thinking venomous while I'm bringing hell and wickedness to venom. Injected into the center with the clitoris. I'm fucking the world, sticking my dick into the pit. If it's a little mind frame, I'm sick of the mind game. So let me be the one that I'm getting the initiative to get up in my brain. I'm giving you a migraine. The talent and the skill of the masterpiece that you witnessing. Well, it must be cold outside, cause you dip and get the shiver when I blow. I blow motherfuckers out the water when I start on the mic. Everybody in the nap town knows that I'm a crust foe, stepping on toes, leaving y'all froze with the blade of my tongue. I'm so cold that you in the Arctic Ocean until your heart is broken. Then I'm decomposing your soul. Whoa, do you understand the point that I am making alone? I've been too good for too damn long, and now I'm about to explode. All the negativity and hatred as I walk on this road, but about to break up out this cage and turn my rage into gold. And you see what that do? Spit up, put a spider web up and catch you, laying eggs in your brain to delay the fact you're gonna die anyway. With my fangs and trap you on the beat to the street, I'm about to snap, dude. You want me to fail? Well, I got some bad news. Sucker, you got to work for your ass to have food. No wonder your ass in a bad mood. You can try to run away, but you know you ain't escaping the pain that I bring when I crucify your soul. Eternally you burn in the flame. Try to run away from all the daggers in the back, but no, you ain't escaping the pain that I bring in the middle of the city called F. I know you motherfuckers would hate to see me march with the devil. Do you understand the point that I am making alone? You catch me slipping while I'm falling without nowhere to go. If I land on solid ground, then I'm about to take off a show. Till then, I'm a mark with the devil while I'm stomping on the concrete destined to blow. Do you understand the point that I am making alone? I've been too good for too damn long, and now I'm about to explode. All the negativity and hatred as I walk on this road, but I'm about to break up out this cage and turn my rage into gold.
So yeah, that guy blows my mind, and I kind of want to talk to him right now. I got to wait another hour, but I'm boring myself, so I can only imagine I'm boring you too. But what are you gonna do? You just got to keep going and persevere, if you will. I should really stop complaining to you, but that's the nature of the game. That's my game, I'm a fucking complaining son of a bitch, and that's what I do, and that's what you got to listen to, Oh, I need to be in good spirits right now. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. If I want to put on a good show, I just need to be a little happier and keep this smile on my face and go on to a rant, but I really have nothing to focus on other than the fact that I feel like this moment when I was a child. I feel like this earlier when I was waiting for John to show up. My mother used to drop me off at the daycare center, and when I was like maybe 4 years old, and I can vividly remember standing there in the window of the lobby of the place, when it was still cold in the morning and there was dew on the window, and just standing there crying while she just pulled away and went to work. And I just watched her headlights back out and then go onto the street, Meridian Street, and just drive off into the distance. And, I don't know if I was the only one who did that, but the receptionist lady was really nice, whoever sat at the little desk, and let me just sit there and cry it out. I don't really remember anybody consoling me or anything. It was just like, let the bastard cry, and he'll stop eventually, and then he'll go once some other kids show up, and then he'll go hang out with the kids. Well, you know what? There's no kids here showing up. No kids at all. This actually is reminding me of one of my favorite Andrew WK songs. I don't know if you're a big Andrew WK fan, but I like to listen to him, really much, to wake me up or just to give me energy, any kind of energy I need, like that's what he does. He's a he's a conduit, if you will. He likes to just pass on the party energy to you. And, he's got a lot to give when you listen to his music. You can, all his songs are just so uplifting. They just make me feel so good. But there's one song of his that's really not so uplifting, and that's the one I'm thinking of right now. I'd love to listen to it. All right. You know what? I just want to say to all you people who think I'm acting like a little bitch over here, you're right. But, it's my show. If I want to act like a little bitch, I can act like a little bitch. What are you going to do about it? You're not here. And if you were here, you'd be my best friend right now. But you know what time it is? It's good that this, it's something good, It's time for a new segment that we're introducing today. This is John Rapp's segment that he created. It is called Both Sides of the Coin. He's the host, and this is where we discuss a few different sides of some politics. So here we go.
You are listening to The Chris Drake Show. And now, for a little dose of average Joe political talk. Get ready for Both Sides of the Coin. You are listening to The Chris Drake Show. Both Sides of the Coin.
All right, that was Both Sides of the Coin with John Rapp. I think I'm going to have to call my producer to find out what exactly I'm supposed to do in this situation, because, this is day 4. Like I said, this show is a wild beast, and I don't know what to do. So, let's see if this guy, he's on vacation right now, so it might be a little loud on his end, but Come on, producer Brian. Hello.
Bueno.
Is this my producer? Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? See? All right. Hey, man, I got a question for you. What do I do if no one shows up?
What do you do if no one shows? Oh, no one showed up for the podcast?
Yeah, what do I do?
Oh, damn. I guess you're on your own. Do you have a phone guest?
Yeah, I do in a little bit. I got the almighty spit coming up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but you have no co-host to yuck it up?
No, because Sarah's ill, so that's okay. But John Rapp just didn't show up.
Oh, he's blacking out. Oh, shit. Well,
Yep. Hey,
I'm going to get a Mike's Hard Lemonade.
all right, man. I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for picking up the phone here because, you know, I'm suffering. I really am.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Well, you know.
I just got to find someone else to call. Do you ever...
I'm getting a Mike's Hard...
Do you do that when you're real alone? Do you, like, just find people to call so you don't feel so sad? Because
Sure.
I do that. You're one of them.
I think many people do that. But I'll tell you why I'm drinking Mike's Harm.
How many of those Mark's Heims have you had?
Mike's Hard Lemonade is 8%, so that's like double what beer is, and it's the same price as a beer. You get a tall boy 16-ouncer of Mike's for $6, or you could have a Miller Lite. I'm going for the 8%, buddy.
Yeah, plus that sugar. The sugar really helps the alcohol absorb more. Like, you get drunker if you drink sugary drinks.
Well, there we go.
Yeah,
I'm all about it.
Oh, that sounded weird. There's some weird. There's some weird distortion that just happened there.
I keep on forgetting that I'm actually, being recorded on the podcast right now, even though I am the producer.
Yeah, that's our podcast number.
Yeah, the Greenwood number.
Let me just state it in case somebody wants to call it. 317-883-9827. We usually broadcast out of Indianapolis from on Wednesdays, 7 to 10 p.m. Indianapolis time. 317-883-9827. That was a good plug. I've never given that number out yet.
Thanks.
Oh wait, that's your number.
That is my number.
All right, I'll bleep that out. Hold on, what's our number? That was bad. That was bad. I don't,
I'm like, why are you saying my number?
I'll beep that out, man, and I'll put in ours. All right. Big development. One, my sister is actually here now.
Hello.
We got a female guest or a female co-host.
Your sister.
My sister, my actual sister is standing in. And John Rapp somehow showed up.
Hello.
All right, let's get to this. All right, John.
Hey, guys.
How the hell are you? Where have you been?
Doing good. I was asleep.
You do realize it was 7 p.m. Like it's like 10 p.m. now in Indianapolis.
I stayed up for 2 days. I had a
Jesus.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was arduous. I was supposed to meet with a local business owner named Steve Otney. He plays in my dad's band, Rapapootie Band. He's a drummer, and he owns local Green's Auto Shop. They helped Brian the other night with his truck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, I was supposed to meet with him, and then he was like, I can't meet today, so let's do it tomorrow. And that was Tuesday. I was supposed to meet with him, and so I couldn't sleep after that. I was just so amped up about that, and I started getting like manic with the show ideas. I was like writing all these notes for the show. I was like, yeah, that'd be good to do
I saw
this
you
on
had
the
like
show.
6 pages of notes there.
Yeah, a bunch of notes for the show. I was ready for the show at 7 a.m. today. But so after the meeting, I came home and took a nap. And I didn't awake until like 9:30
Wow.
p.m.
Wow. Did you know?
Real interesting. I'm here, guys.
Yay.
Now it's time for the spit is on the show, right?
Yeah, the Almighty Spit will be coming
Almighty
up. But
spit.
I just want you to know that Sexy Sarah also called in sick.
Oh.
Well, you were no call, no show, but she's feeling ill. So I did the first, portion of the show completely by myself.
Wow.
And it reminded me of the time that you weren't there when I had to play
the hill?
Yeah.
High on the hill?
Yeah, in Speedway.
I think about that sometimes.
That's what it felt like.
How that went.
Yeah, it was. I played some of it.
That's definitely a ballsy move, man. I'm going to play this show, guys. Hey.
But it was a bad show. This one.
That's the best one.
This one and the one with the accordion.
I saw this guy, Chris, play a show by himself once at High on the Hill.
It was awful. Just an accordion.
That's why it was the best thing I ever saw. That's what made me want to play.
So, Lauren, say hello.
Hi, everybody.
State one thing that you like about life.
About life?
Go.
She hates life.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Except my Kindle. I love to read.
Do you love to read?
I do.
Lauren likes to read.
Do you read those Hunger Games?
I've read those. Yes, I like them.
Yeah, the girls seem to do that and like them. They seem to read them and like them. I tried to watch the movie. And
You don't like it?
What?
I turned it off.
What?
It's like what? It's a period piece, like old timey or something.
No, it's
No?
the future.
Well, I don't know why I did. I was just kind of.
It basically
They
talks
just-
about government, how they control everything.
Yeah,
Wow,
But it's a kid's book.
it's a kid's book.
Yeah.
it's a kid's book that teaches kids how manipulative the government is and how powerful, and they like to keep people in their place.
This is just one book, or is it like a series?
There's 3.
3 of them.
Yeah, the second one comes out in November.
You guys see?
The movie.
So okay, so there's gonna be 3 movies.
Yes.
Unless it's like Twilight and they split the
Yeah.
last one up into multiple
And Harry
films.
Potter. They did that with Harry
Oh,
Potter.
yeah, they did. They like to get as much money as they can.
But you guys see Atlas Shrugged? Have you seen that?
No, I've heard about it.
It's
but
really good.
So we're introducing a new segment next week. Next show will be John Rapp is doing a movie talk, and he's picked a film. We'll go ahead and name the film now, but we won't talk about it until after we've all seen it.
Assault on Wall Street. 2013, and it came out in 2013, available on Netflix, and it's got Edward Furlong in it, the kid from Terminator 2.
Also married to, he's got some squabble going on with the girl who played Abby Morgan, Monica Keena from Dawson's Creek. So you know what? I think we should go ahead and go into 5 Minutes in Capeside right now.
5 minutes at Capeside.
We'll get to Almighty Spit once we're out of Capeside.
With Lauren. Lauren is here in the studio. She's a huge 5 minutes in Capeside segment fan.
This MIDI cracks me up.
It's a MIDI file. Coming at you from 1997.
All right. So, what we're going to talk about for 5 minutes in Capeside is that my sister and I actually went to Wilmington, North Carolina, where Dawson's Creek was filmed as a vacation. And during that vacation, we met a particular gentleman who I don't know if he ran it. Yeah, I guess you could say he probably ran it. It was a Hollywood Walk tour in Wilmington, North Carolina.
I don't want to wait.
And this guy's name was Spiel Steveberg.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Steve Spielberg.
He looked
He looked like him.
Yeah, he looked like Steve Spielberg,
Yeah.
so he went by Spiel Steveberg.
That's a crazy name.
Yeah, well, because he talks, you know.
We should get Spiel Steveberg on the segment.
I would love to, because I got
Yeah.
I got some things I need to talk to that guy about.
I'm gonna write that down in the notes.
Oh yeah,
Continue.
You can find him on Facebook.
Nice.
Well-
How was the tour? I saw some photos from it. It's pretty sweet.
How was the tour, Lauren?
It was very good. I liked a lot. Except he was not accurate on some things.
Spiel Steveberg
Yeah.
was wrong.
No, I think he has so much going on in his mind
Yeah,
that he
that's
can't
it.
keep it all
I'm sure
accurate.
that's it.
Yeah, he takes you from location to location.
The guy's mind is full of Dawson's Creek. I don't know.
But it was cool. We got to see some monumental, spots from the show.
What did you guys see?
Well, the main thing that this guy did that I would say, like pretty much everything he said was wrong.
It was.
Here's where Dawson proposed.
Well, no, he would go into these whole like outlandish explanations.
Long
that, like,
details.
Yeah, great detail about how this right here, you know, he's like inside this restaurant, you know, which is cool. Larry's Fresh Fish, you know. I think it's called Mixo.
Yeah, mixto.
Mixto, it's like a Latin, what is it, Latin Mexican?
Latin food, yeah.
I don't know, some fusion
Something on the
restaurant.
show? Like it
Well,
was
now
Now
diners
it's
show?
that.
It was,
It was. Go ahead.
no, you go.
It was Leary's Fresh Fish, and then they changed it into a Latin restaurant. So we actually got to go there and eat there.
Which was a spot where they ate at in the show.
Larry's
Yeah,
Fresh
sorry.
Fish is from the show.
Yes,
Yeah.
It's their family. Sorry, I forget that you're not a Creek freak
right,
like me.
Right, not the Creek freak, not yet. You guys are gonna turn me into the Creek freak.
It was their family restaurant that they owned.
Lady in the street, freak in the creek.
So anyway, what one of the things this guy would do is you're sitting there, or you're standing there in the restaurant, and he's going into very great detail about how when you're here, he's like, they make it look like it's not on the water. He's like, and then whenever they cut from this angle, and he would put his arms up and he would move, and he'd be like, now over here, they would film it in an entirely different
Yeah,
location.
he's like movie magic.
Yeah, through the art of movie magic.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was really cool. He came up and told
Yeah,
us
it was really
afterwards,
neat.
like,
Yeah.
No, I mean,
sounds
I was
like
like,
a
that's
showman.
awesome.
It sounds like a good showman. If you didn't know anything about movies, you know, you'd be like, what do you mean that's not right next door?
Yeah. Well, even after we got what we paid for, the guy was super nice. You know, I mean, he's still like, he saw us later on the street and just talked to us for 20 or 30 minutes, even though we weren't, you know, we weren't paying him at that moment, you know.
He was off the clock, but he was still
Yeah.
being your buddy. That's nice.
Yeah, but
He
the
had
whole
time.
but the whole point is, once we actually went back, because you know we hadn't seen him since we'd been there, and once we went back and watched everything, they didn't cut it to a different angle. It was exactly what was there was what was
And they
there.
didn't
in the
cut
show.
anything.
Like they didn't use any movie magic. Like it was on
He
the water.
lied.
Yeah, it was on the water in the show. Like everything he said was pretty much wrong.
We need to get him on here to correct some of that.
I know. I would like to talk to him. I'd
There
like
were
to take
several
screenshots.
Yeah.
What's his name? I'm not finding him.
Spiels-
Oh, like the hot dog stand. Oh, sorry.
Hot dog stand.
What?
Oh man.
It's like he's cutting me off with the music, like at the Oscars.
That's the hot dog stand music.
Yeah.
The hot dog stand.
The
What's the
visitor
discrepancy?
center.
That guy was
said-
great.
He said there was a hot dog stand, but it
Yeah.
was in Matlock, wasn't it?
I think it was in Matt. Like there were. I
Well,
mean,
he said it was in Dawson's Creek and it was in Matlock.
yeah, and he didn't. point-
Matlock.
He just didn't. He
It's a while
wasn't.
since that's been on the air.
Oh, you'll like this, John. There was this wall. Not the wall where he writes asked me to stay, but there's a wall inside the like this kind of gift shop. What's that place called? What would you call that? Like
It was like a market, like they had different
it's a
stores
little
in it.
yeah, it's a little village market thing.
Because it had a sign out front that brought us in.
I can't remember what it was called. It had Cape Side High School outside. Anyway, you go in there and there's this wall inside this store that was signed by, like, autographed by all sorts of, you know, like celebrities, like James Earl Jones, and then like
Whoa.
2 or 3 people from Dawson's Creek, and
2 or 3.
That's
was-
a lie.
was
There's only
Julie-
one.
only one.
Yeah. Only one person signed
it
it. from
Paisley?
Dawson's Creek.
I'm worse than
Yes,
Spiel
Joshua
Stieber.
Jackson.
Yeah, he wrote
He
something.
seems like a
weird.
nice kid. That Paisley.
Paisley.
Paisley Wither. So they were hold on. So we're like the only people in this place. We're looking at this wall. We're like, this is great. And you know, there's all. I God, who else was Julia Roberts? I mean, there were just so many like famous names, and they just written funny things on it. And the woman who ran the place was like, "Oh, where are you guys from? Oh, well, you have to sign the wall." We're like, "What?
Wow.
Up here next to Pacey? I get to sign the same wall as Joshua Jackson?" So like,
You guys signed the wall.
yeah, she
did.
gave us a freaking marker, and like I wrote Chris Brigg #1, and Lauren, you wrote
I love Pacey.
yeah,
Right next to Joshua Jackson.
Yeah.
That is your nickname. I love Pacey.
Yeah.
So
I know you
then,
have.
so then we go on the tour, And the guy, like, you know, wraps us all around, and he takes us in there. He's like, and here is the wall where so-and-so, you know, and he's like showing us, like, you know, Joshua Jackson signed his name here, and then he just looks directly at our names. Because, you know, he was there yesterday, didn't see him. He looks directly at our names, he goes, and apparently other people sign it too.
Oh,
Like, oh, shit.
I was so glad he didn't know my name.
Wow, that was a good call. Yeah.
But right next to that, they also had in the Hudsucker proxy, there's like a giant like bronze like sculpture painting type thing on the wall in the office, this huge thing, and apparently it's styrofoam, and they actually had it in there.
How did he get that?
Because they shoot a lot of movies there.
Do they?
Yeah, The Crow was filmed there. Yeah.
The Crow was filmed.
Brandon Lee died there. Like, I saw the alley where he was shot.
At Steve
Spielberg?
Spielberg's like place.
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, in the town.
Yeah. All these things were filmed. Iron Man 3 was filmed there.
Wow. So does he do like roadside attractions thing, like take you to Iron Man 2, or is it just Dawson's Creek?
No, it's whatever you want. Like, it's
whatever you
He
want.
asked you at the
Really?
beginning what you want to
Okay.
see.
Yeah, what are you guys fans
So he's
of?
not necessarily like a huge expert on Dawson's Creek.
Well, he does his research. He said
Apparently, sometimes he's wrong.
yeah.
he gave a tour to Dawson himself.
Yes.
Oh, I wonder how that went. I wonder if he got corrected.
He probably forgot all about
Spiel,
it.
this is not where we shot that.
Oh, we went into Hell's Kitchen. Man, if you're listening to this, you've never been to Wilmington, you're a Dawson's Creek fan, you got to go. It really is amazing. We went to Dawson's house, like
It was awesome.
Joey's house.
Joey.
We need
Like
to
Mr.
put
Brooks,
pictures
yeah.
up of you guys at this place. Because I know you guys had photos. I saw one of Chris like on front of a boat or something.
The anchor.
The anchor.
Yeah,
I
the anchor.
stood on the
We
Pacey
Drove
end.
2 hours for that anchor.
Yeah, that was bad.
2
Sometimes
hours.
you do that. You know, you drive 2 hours for.
It was awesome, though.
You got to get the photo.
All right, well, I think that's enough. I think that's enough for
That
a
was a
Cape
good
Side
5
talk.
minutes to say. Yeah, thanks for Lauren for coming by for the 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Was this a
That
dream
was-
come true?
It was awesome. I love it.
What did you think about last week's 5 minutes at Cape Side? Did
It
you
was-
hear it?
Yeah, I did. And we actually got to watch that scene last night
Oh,
that
that
he
was
was talking
awesome.
about. But it wasn't zoomed in, so I didn't get the full effect.
You got to watch it in the Chris Braco vision with the zoomed in on the arm or whatever.
All right, so that wraps up our 5 minutes in Cape Side. Oh. You know, I missed you guys so much. I'm glad you're here, Lauren. John, I'm glad you showed up and you're not dead in a car somewhere, because I was really drowning by myself there. It was I don't know if it was as bad as that show I had to do on my own, but
Oh, man.
it was pretty bad. All right, John, you want to start your segment there on the?
Which one? The healthcare thing?
Yeah, you want to do your two sides of the coin? I don't know how.
I thought we were
Oh,
going to
you're
do that
right.
next week or
Damn
something.
it.
We are just going to allude to it because we kind of run out of time. Right? We want to get to. We want to get to. I thought we were going to do the whole show interviewing the Almighty Spit.
You're right. Let's get the spit on the phone. Mr. Spit.
Let's get this guy.
Does anybody mind if I take a break?
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll take a break.
That's fine.
We got tons of content for you folks. Like I've been up 2 or 3 days just writing notes and stuff. Like I'm gonna do this on the next show. Do this. We got tons of content. We want to get to this spit though, because that was the goal.
Yeah, this guy.
Number one. At one point, he was number one. I looked him up, and he's number 4 now.
Oh no, he dropped it.
Yeah. So I was downhearted about that.
I like this song here. I'm going to play another one of his.
He's
real
got
quick
a lot
before
of
we get
good
off.
songs, man.
I like this dedication to his wife here. Like, it's kind of a slow one. I like it a lot.
I used to be the one that would hide in the dark. Looking in the shadows, felt a fire and a spark. So alone in my own that I've broken it apart. From the soul that I know I was broken from the start. When I'm left to stay, but I'm steps away from the person I'm pursuing. Girl, I'm hoping for your heart. When I love you so, let it just be known that I'm following you everywhere you go in the bar. In the darkest depths of the farthest seas, I'll be with you forever and I never want to leave. It's you and me until the death and never will I be dedicated to another, cause you're everything I need. As the moments pass and the days drift on, fall in love with you more. You're the only thing I see. You're my beautiful queen that sits next to her king with a beautiful dream. I'm too blessed to believe. Cause every single day I'm waking up next to you, got that fire in your eyes. Every time I have sex with you, it's that body, mind, soul intertwined with the rest of you as my mind pulsates. I'm alive and expressing you through the love that we share. The vows I'm invested to, look into your eyes and know that you're my life, and no, I'll never let you go. I'm obsessed with you. All I do is think of how to keep you. You can never run because I find a way to reach you. I need you. You're everything I have as I bleed through eternity to try to find a way to come and see you, complete you. Be mine and remind me why we together on this earth. Tell me why you cry. Give me all your pain. I'll give you all my time and take away your hurt because you're only mine. I'm like a falling star that's in a broken sky, just falling down into a hopeless life. But you lift me up into a place of greatness. All I do is pray that you remain my wife. Unconditionally loving every single second, the beginning of it all, and you ain't even seen the best of it. I want to share my life with you forever, no regret it. As a family, we cherish the happiness together when I feel like the walls are closing in. And I look at you for every single answer. All I need is a trust in you, never lust in you. To be looking to devour like cancer. So no matter what they say, no matter what they do, I'm stuck within your love, I cannot get enough of you. The object of affection, my obsession isn't through. I will give you anything and even take you to the moon. And the stars of the universe, your spirit is in bloom. You're so beautiful, the essence of an angel in the room. All I need is you to believe the truth. In between of all the lies, you're the sweetest fruit. The definition of the only thing I've ever wanted and the greatest thing I've ever wanted in my life is you. You're the reason that I breathe, you're the reason I believe in a thing called love. You're a dream that I drew, like a picture in the mind. You were mine, it's forever. You're the queen of my world and my bride never moves. So I look into your eyes to finally remember why we're together, cause I wouldn't be complete without you.
So we're back, and we have the almighty Spit on the phone. This guy is #1 on ReverbNation Indianapolis Hip Hop charts. Or he was, anyway. John Rapp's giving me the head shake saying that he checked and he was #4.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, how you doing?
I am #4 right now.
What happened? Because you were #1 for quite a while.
I want to get into this interview because you told me that you'd talk about anything. And
Okay.
I want to start at the beginning of your life. One thing that I read about you is that your mother abandoned you? Like when you were 3 years old, you were just totally just left out in the cold by your own mother?
I wouldn't necessarily say left in the cold. Now, I mean, me and my sister were left, as well as my half-brother and another half-brother of mine, but I believe they stayed in Texas at the time. And I don't know the complete 100% truth of any of this, because I've never met my mother to ask her why or where she went, you know what I'm saying, or what happened. What I was told was that she was about to face jail time and was going to give us up to foster care.
Wow.
So my grandpa, go ahead.
No, he just said, wow.
I said, wow, man, that's intense.
You were like so close to just going through the entire foster care system and having to deal with all the bullshit that, you know, and what that does to your life, and you somehow dodged that bullet?
Basically, if it wasn't for my grandparents, dude, you probably wouldn't know me. You wouldn't know me. John wouldn't know me. None of you motherfuckers would know me to even have this interview right now. You know what I'm saying?
All right, what do you like? I mean, you're one of the most positive people I've ever met. You know, like you're just you know, you're uplifting, and you lift up the people that are around you, and you're just, you know, you're positive. And you were you never even met your mom?
Never, not once. Let's say, you know what I mean, your mom left you and then you heard from multiple people that she tried to get a hold of you, or, you know what I'm saying? It was funny too, because back in '07, I believe it was, I was thinking about calling my mom and reaching out to her. And I did one day. Like, I talked to my brother and my sister in Texas, but I guess my mom just so happened to not be there because she was in the hospital. I don't know for what, but I guess I missed her that day. And then I kind of just let it go, and I looked at it like, fuck it, I don't need to be talking to her anyway. She was never there for me. And then years later down the road, probably about 2010, I found out that she had died that year.
Oh, man.
How'd she die?
So, yeah. She died of cocaine abuse. Because she basically died of heart failure. She was doing a lot of cocaine. That was something she'd always been on throughout her whole whole life, basically. Like, even when I was a baby and when I was born, I know that I'm pretty sure she smoked crack.
Jesus. Now, do you, like, I've read that you had a cocaine problem as well. Like, do you think that happened because of her, or just because of the fact that you were abandoned? Like, what made you start using it?
I think it's hereditary. I think I was addicted. I think I came out addicted to cocaine. That's what I'm trying to say. And not only that, but I also think that I fall in the same lifestyle that my mother fell into. You know what I'm saying? My father always told me, everybody in my family always told me, oh, you're so much like your mom. You know what I mean? You're nothing like anybody else. So me doing drugs kind of went hand in hand with people saying I was just like my mom.
So would you say that, I mean, that you probably had a better life, like being taken in by your grandparents?
Absolutely, dude. Like, completely 100%. I owe my life, my complete 100% life to my grandparents. If it wasn't for them, dude, I could be in some hellhole. I could be dead. I could be multiple amounts of things that are negative and not good. Now, I'm not saying I had it fucking cake out here either, because I didn't. My life has been hard out here as well. But I think I was given a second chance at life by not going to foster care and coming here to Indiana with my grandparents.
So were you raised by your grandparents then for most of your life, or what about your dad?
My childhood, my young childhood years.
What about your dad? Was he in the picture at all?
I actually didn't even know my dad until I was like 5 or 6 years old. He was away for disclosed reasons that I cannot speak about publicly or in the public eye because of maybe chance of judgment or biased opinion. So I'm going to keep that out into his business, out of our conversation right now, and just say he wasn't in my life for certain reasons. He was gone and had no ability to get towards me.
That's respectable. I respect that. But at that time, I mean, he came into your life later, right?
Well, I guess maybe like when I was born.
Oh.
And then some things happened, and there was I don't know. There's like a good reason that he wasn't able. Because, see, that all goes hand in hand with me saying I was abandoned, you know what I mean? Like, I was. And there's a reason, because nobody ever asks, why didn't your dad take you? Well, see, people don't know. My dad wasn't there. He was gone somewhere that I can't say. I mean, I can say, if I completely wanted to put this motherfucker on blast right now, you know what I'm saying? I could straight up say where he was, why he was there, what he did to get there.
Yeah, we don't need to get into that.
I mean, just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Where would a person be if they can't?
Yeah, no, I
I'll put it to you like this. He was in fucking prison.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not gonna throw the reasons out there, but you know what I'm saying. So he got out when I was about 5 or 6, and I met him. That's like the first. That's like my fondest memory. Like getting off the plane, and like I knew who he was. I ran up and, oh, Daddy!
Okay, did he take you in after that?
Do what?
Did he take you in after that?
No. We still lived at my grandparents for a couple of years, and then he met some woman that was working at a gas station. She was real young, but he liked her or whatever, and he actually ended up knocking her up. And I had a little brother. So once I had a little brother, I'd say about 98, we moved out of my grandparents and moved into an apartment.
Okay. So that must have been better. He probably took care of you, right?
Yeah, he took care of me all right, I guess.
Was he abusive at all, or was
I mean, yeah, you already. Mostly, pretty much anybody that knows me or knew me from the past. You know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to do a smooth segue, man. I know. You openly talk about it. I was just trying to do a smooth segue in the interview here.
Right, absolutely, yes.
You know what,
I was abused. I was hurt. I was touched. I had hands put on me for an amount of years.
Let's cut to it. What's the worst abuse that you've ever experienced in your life?
Well, there's two specific situations. The time he threw me down the stairs and beat the fuck out of me in the kitchen for putting Dawn dish soap in the dishwasher. Or
what do you
the
mean,
time
Dawn
that he
dish?
took his steel-toed boots and stomped on me and tried to break my neck.
Jesus.
That's crazy, dude.
What do you mean, Dawn dish soap? Like the bubbles? Like you did the
Yeah,
whole...
man, I fucked up. I guess, dude, I was like 8 years old, you know what I'm saying? And
8 years old?
I was told to do the dishes.
8 years old.
You put the wrong detergent in or something and it made a mess?
Oh, man, a mess is not the word for it. It fucking had bubbles all over the house.
You mean like, what do you mean all, like in the kitchen, there was just the kitchen floor just had bubbles on it?
The kitchen, living room, yeah, fucking downstairs.
Jesus.
That
like
is
the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, the Brady Bunch.
You could have put a fucking diving board on the fucking stairs and jumped into the living room. You know what I'm saying?
Did you have to clean that up, or how did that? Do you even remember?
Yeah, I do vaguely remember. That's actually where the what you guys were talking about. That's basically when that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess I did the dishes, and then I fucking turned the dishwasher on, went up to my room, and I went to sleep. And I'm sleeping in bed, and then I wake up to, like, a big-ass fucking smack to the face, you know what I'm saying? So I, like, open my eyes, and I automatically start crying, you know, and, like, screaming, like, what the fuck's going on? And my dad yanks me up out of fucking bed, and he drags me out of my fucking room. And I'm all screaming and crying, and fucking I look at the bottom of the stairs, and I see the fucking soap and shit, like all the suds. And he fucking throws me down the stairs, and fucking, like, before I'm even able to get up, I look up, and he's coming down after me, and he fucking sticks his foot out and kicks me right in my fucking face. Like, while I'm in the fucking suds, you know what I'm saying?
That's terrible.
Oh, it was horrible, dude. Then he took me in the fucking kitchen and, like, laid me against the fucking cabinet. Wouldn't lay me, but I was, like, sitting on my ass with my back against the cabinet, and he fucking slammed my head into the cabinet, like, fucking 5 times, and then just threw a fucking mop at me and was like, fucking clean it. Just clean it.
Wow. Was he, like, an alcohol abuser, or was he on drugs or anything, or is he just violent?
No, he just hated me, dude.
Wow.
I can't even explain it, bro. He never liked me. He didn't fucking want me around. I was his fucking punching bag. I was his whole aggressive, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was able to let go of his aggression through me.
Right. That sucks, man.
And he never had to face any, you know what I mean? He didn't have to face any consequences for that. You know, who gives a shit at the end of the day if you fucking hit your kid? The only one that's going to know about it is you and your kid and whoever else was in the house, and nobody really gave a fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Do you abuse your brother at all?
Not really. My brother's kind of more like the golden boy who gets all the attention from everybody. The only person that really had like a golden eye for me was my grandfather. I was always his fucking favorite, and my grandfather always like held me a little bit higher. I'm not saying he treated anybody differently, but he had to put forth a lot more effort for me. You know what I'm saying? Because of all my issues, because of not having a mother, and then later on in life, you know what I'm saying? Because of my dad's abuse, he had to also step in again and take me back into his fucking house to live. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Well, I want to get back to this. Like he made you clean up all the bubbles. Like how how the fuck, like, that's something you got to call a company for, right? You got to call a team of people to clean out all those bubbles, and he expected you to clean all that shit up on your own?
Yeah, it took a while. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't remember 100% how that situation unfolded. Like, I don't remember how that night ended. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say that I think my childhood mind has fucking completely, what's the word I'm looking for? When you block something out of your mind.
Yeah, is it just blocked out, removed it, or what's? I don't know any fancy words, man. I don't know.
Yeah, you just blocked it out from your memory.
It's suppressed.
That's
Suppressed.
a good word.
Suppressed memories. You know what I'm saying? Like, I blocked them out to where, like, if I was to go to think about it, there's sometimes, dude, when my sister will bring up a beating that my dad gave me that I didn't even remember, but until she told me what happened, I'd be like, oh, holy shit, I fucking forgot all about that one.
God, so that had an impact
You know
on
what
her
I mean?
too, then.
When you're getting your ass beat every day, dude, you're really not going to remember the specific ones unless the ones that went really far. You know what I mean? Which him throwing me down the stairs, that one was going really far. And then another time when he had steel-toed boots on, he fucking stomped all over my fucking chest, kicked me in the fucking throat, and then he did some weird thing with his feet. Like, he put one foot on the back of my head and took the other foot and put it along the side of my head, and he tried to fucking twist.
Whoa.
And, like, I remember freaking out, like, holy fucking shit, you're trying to kill me right fucking now. Like, right now, you're trying to kill me.
How old were you when that happened?
I believe I was like 11 or 12. In fact, I'm pretty sure that is the beating that led up to my grandfather saying, fuck that, you're coming back to live with me
What kind
again.
of a fucking man
Because
does that to a
apparently-
little kid? What kind of a fucking man does that to a little kid? I know he's your dad, but fuck that guy, dude. Like, seriously, what kind of fucking human being does that to a child, especially his own child? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's totally wrong, man.
I don't know, man. That's how he feels. And then I guess the way they feel about it now is, which I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you guys can see I grew up to be a decent man. You know, I have a wife, 3 children. I fucking work my ass off. I do what I got to do. I would like to say that I'm nothing like my father. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some people would disagree, people that know me personally and know him as personally as well. But as far as from where I sit, I'm nothing like my dad or the man he was when I was a kid. You know what I mean?
Well, they always say that abusers become abusers. Like, I mean, do you notice yourself ever
They
doing
do
that?
say that, and I've always been a violent person because of what my dad did to me. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's hauling off and smacking the fuck out of somebody or freaking out and wanting to fight somebody, just defending myself. No, I'm not a trouble starter. You know what I mean? But I have an aggressive fucking personality. You know what I mean? A lot of people can't handle me. A lot of people can't handle that I speak my mind a lot, you know? So it all just goes hand in hand with the way I was raised. I was raised to be a hardcore motherfucker. In some ways, I'm hurt because of what my dad did, but in some ways, I'm glad he hurt me the way he did in order for me to become a very cold motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I have a side to me that a lot of people don't have because of the pain I've dealt with. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's felt that kind of pain. Not everybody knows about that pain or knows what it's like.
Does that cause you to not trust people, you think?
Of course. That's always been an issue. It was more of an issue when I was younger. Now I kind of feel like physically and mentally I can back myself up, so I don't really worry about trust. I just watch motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Because as far as trust goes, I don't give a fuck. I don't trust anybody any farther than I can throw them. But at the same time, mistrust comes from fear. You know what I'm saying? I don't fucking fear nobody. I ain't scared of shit. So as far as the trust goes, I trust myself to be able to back myself up and defend myself physically and mentally against anything that comes my way.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the most level-headed fucking people I've ever met. I'll tell you that right now. Even when I first met you, you were 16 years old. And you were even
Yes,
then,
I have.
Yeah, even then you were just super, super level-headed, you know? You knew when to throw down and when to hold back, you know? That's really all I can say.
That's good, man. Thank you.
You know, I'll be honest with you, this interview is kind of bumming me out now, so I think we need to wrap this up.
Well, hey, no,
I really appreciate your
we told
time,
everybody.
man.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you coming on,
yeah.
man. We told
Here
everybody about
It wasn't as in-depth as I thought it would be.
Well, there's a lot to talk about, man. I kind of wanted to go out on a high note. You got a lot of funny stories, too, man. Like, you're a great storyteller. You're hilarious to hang out with. And I saw you post something the other day on Facebook about how you're like, I'm not afraid to throw down, I'm a lover and a fighter. Like, and that story you told about that dude, the dead dude trying to... Yeah.
Oh, fucking balls!
I always forget. Yeah, I forgot how funny this guy was.
So you wouldn't even know. I mean, like, you came from a lot of hard times and definitely experienced a lot of intense stuff, but at the same time, you're not... I mean, you're hilarious to hang out with, a good dude to just chill with, so... Yeah, man, I don't know, it'd be cool to have you tell a funny story or something if you got time, or maybe we'll have you back again to talk about that.
We definitely want to have you back. We definitely want to have you back.
Oh, yeah, I gotta come back. This is just the beginning.
Yeah.
And Chris, fuck you, man. Fuck you for saying this is bumming you out. Fuck you, motherfucker, dude.
No.
I'm trying here, man.
I want to hear you do right now? This guy fucking spit over here. This kid used to, or he still does to this day. In fact, he did about 20 minutes ago before we got on the phone. He's got this way of mocking my laugh and my voice. He's got catchphrases that he does to me. I want you to do one right now. I want you to fucking impersonate me. Do it. Like,
all right, here we go. Here's Chris. Hey, what's up, guys? You want to smoke a bowl? There's the laugh. And then he's like,
oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about? Laugh. Like, after he does the, it's like, what the fuck, dude? Oh my God.
On the Chris Break Show.
Let's smoke a bowl.
Or smoke a ball.
Oh, it's not some swag.
Man, thank you very much.
Oh, man, fuck it. Thank you for having me, brother.
All right, man. We're going to have you back on.
Hey, man, I will you take that to the bank with you, brother. I will be back on the show.
Thanks for sharing your stories, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And the next time, I hope I'm a little bit more energetic and not so high on marijuana.
I'm glad you spelled that out. Not so high. Just so you don't interpret that I'm high on life. I'm high on marijuana.
Well, I'm definitely not on... Man, you never know, man. People who don't do drugs are like, he's high? On what? It could be on anything.
Yeah, my mom, I asked her what dope is, and like, I don't know what dope there's on the dope.
Heroin,
like, to me, dope is heroin. No, dope is any drug. If you don't use drugs, dope is any drug. Yeah, like the dope.
I'm still laughing on your fucking laugh, dude. All right, dude, I gotta take a shit though, bro, for real.
All right, take it easy, man.
I'm getting off here, all right, man?
All right. Good talking.
All right, guys.
Later on, man.
Somebody hang up the phone. I don't know how. Okay, he just hung up.
It sounded like he was in the bathroom. It's all echoing.
He probably was. He's like, probably once he started doing the chuck, 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 and started popping out.
It sounded just like you.
Did he?
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Especially when you laugh so hard you can't breathe, like that.
I gotta use that clip for something. It's got to be the intro. The Chris Break Show. Oh my God!
It was hard to go from the Chris Break Show with like just joking around like we do, and then it's like, yeah, so this guy, my dad basically used to beat the crap out of me. It's like, wow, I didn't even know how to handle that interview. Chris did a good job of holding that one together. I didn't want to say something to piss the guy off, like what do you mean? Why are you asking that? Like, this guy.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say.
No,
I wanted to ask him if
you should have.
I couldn't think kids, how he prevents himself from losing control with his kids.
Oh, like
yeah.
You think he has tendencies?
I don't know. I mean, if you're raised, being beaten, and you're like he said, he had anger issues, so he probably has to think.
Maybe I don't hang out with the guy much, but I've never seen that. I've never seen an anger issue with that guy. Like, I've never seen him, like, get frustrated with me for anything. Like, maybe it's because I've known him for a while.
Well, I mean, because I know in my
older,
job, I
like-
lose patience, and I have to tell myself to calm down and to do breathing exercises.
Okay, so on a different note, do we need to cover anything, or you want to end the show?
There's one more thing. We have a comment.
Oh, hold on. I have to play the comment music right now. All right, who's ready? No,
We got some new comment music.
Oh,
I'd like to
yeah.
hear it.
YouTube app you, 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 YouTube.
This is our YouTube Q&A segment.
YouTube app you, YouTube app you, YouTube app you.
I got to address that music.
What's your comment? Oh,
That's for people that talk trash on YouTube, right? Which is what.
no, it's a Q&A. But
Q&A.
you know.
Well, okay. Here's what I meant. I don't want to say "f you" to this girl because she wrote a nice comment. So
Okay.
I feel like, man, that music didn't really do her justice.
She'll like it if
I'm
she-
sure she will like it. I just want to be polite to our viewers, to our listeners. You know, it's like, hey, thanks for writing in. You know, f you. I don't want to display that message, but I'm sure she'll understand.
It's too late.
Well, this week's Q&A comes from Amber Fox.
All right.
YouTube app you.
And she is from Gary, Indiana.
Oh, local. Well, kind of.
Local
Closer,
to the
local Chicago. That close. Yeah, okay. There we go.
And Amber Fox writes, "Thanks for the invite to your show.
All right.
Stay blessed, Chris."
Anytime. Thank you. Thank you. I'm blessed.
Blessed.
Or am I blessed?
Blessed. Yeah, I said blessed.
Thank
She said
you,
blessed.
Amber Fox.
YouTube app you, YouTube app you, YouTube app you, YouTube
That
app
was-
you, YouTube app you, YouTube app you, YouTube app you, YouTube app.
I can't wait till we get a nasty comment, but for now they're good. It's a good comment. So, YouTube, thank you to Amber Fox.
What are you talking about? We got a whole bunch of them. I got some right here.
What do you got?
Let me look through my notes here. All right. Oh, no. Okay. These are...
Oh, you got
Oh,
comments.
I got one right here. I got one right here for John Rapp.
YouTube app you, YouTube app you, YouTube app you.
Comment. This is from Rambo Brando. He says, John Rapp, do you know the quadratic formula?
No, not at all. What are you talking about?
right.
Where did you get that?
YouTube app you, YouTube app you.
All right, Rambo Brando.
Rambo Branda, sorry, buddy. Don't know it. You know?
Lauren, do you know? This one's directed at John, though.
Where did you get that?
I set up a special thing on YouTube for people to put questions. That was
Wow. That was one of them. Huh. Does anybody in the room know the quadratic formula?
I think it's negative b plus or minus than the square root.
Play the music now.
YouTube app you, 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 YouTube app you.
gotta get a better jingle.
YouTube app you, 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 YouTube
All right, I'll cut that off. Okay, wait, a little bit more.
app you, YouTube app you.
If we are about to close, I do want to mention next week we have Movie Talk,
Yes.
where we talk about that movie that we're going to talk about, Assault on Wall Street,
Assault on Wall Street.
and both sides of the coin, where we address the Obamacare issues.
We will be discussing both sides of the coin. All right. That's all I'm playing. That's all I'm playing. You know, we got to wrap this up.
That guy in his car is definitely going to lead us. We're on iTunes now.
Oh, that is a big deal. You know, I felt really happy when that happened.
I know. Yeah, we're on iTunes.
I'm so glad you guys are here.
I'm glad to be here.
This is a good show.
I was oh my god. I played Andrew WK's Kill Yourself.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
I really did that. Like,
Everything in your life is bad. Nothing's going to work out the way.
that's true. I really played that on the air. I was like, fuck it if I don't have the rights. I'm feeling this song.
Well, I'm glad we could end it with laughter. You started in tears, end it in laughter.
Yeah.
That's what Grandpa said.
Hey, man. That's not my grandpa said. My grandpa died alone in his car. Oh, that's a true story.
That's a good one.
Killed himself.
That's a punchline. Chris Break doing material over here.
Material. All right.
This is Sarah Scatz during this part of it.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, you can talk over it.
Oh, wait, I'm supposed to be saying something. I don't know what's going on here. You are listening to Chris Break Show.